Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the video for practice number 1 for the week of April 6th through April 10th. All right, let's dive right in. Number 1, if triangle W prime, X prime, Y prime is the image of triangle WXY after it has been rotated 90 degrees, which one of these answer choices is false? All right, let's look at answer choice number 1. It says line XY is equal to XY or X prime, Y prime. Well, we know that's true because a rotation is a rigid transformation, and rigid transformations preserve length. So number 1 is true, so that is not one of our choices that we want. Number 2, WX is parallel to W prime, X prime. Well, we know that that can't be true because no lines in a triangle can be parallel to each other because then it's not a triangle anymore. So right now I'm gonna think it's choice 2, but I'm just gonna check the other ones. Both triangles are congruent to each other. Well, that's true because it did a rigid transformation, so it wasn't dilated, it didn't change any side lengths or anything like that. And then choice 4 is the measure of xwy is equal to the measure of x, the measure of angle x prime w prime y prime. That is also true because again, rigid transformations preserve angle measure as well. So it is choice 2. Get rid of the other ones, and there we go. All right, let's mosey on down to number 2. All right, number 2 says after a transformation, this is a reflection. Remember that this small r is a reflection, and the capital R is a rotation. So just keep that in mind. So we are reflecting over the line y equals x, and the image of triangle ABC is a prime, b prime, c prime. If AB is 2x plus 13 and a prime b prime is 9x minus 8, what is the value of x? Well, we know that at a rigid transformation, which is a reflection is one of those, preserves length. So all we need to do is those two sides should be congruent to each other, so we just set them equal to each other. So I'm just going to do 2x plus 13 is equal to 9x minus 8. I'm going to add 2x to both sides, and I get 7x over here. And then I add 8 to both sides, and that gives me 21 on the other side. Divide by 7 on both sides, and I get x is equal to 3. Bam. All right, last one. In the diagram below, we have triangles ABC and XYZ. Use the property of rigid motions to explain why ABC is congruent to XYZ. Well, for this one, we need to show that ABC can be transformed onto XYZ, or vice versa, either one. So I see that, well, which one of these things are equal to each other? So I know that A goes with X. I know that B goes with Y. And I know that C goes with Z. So let's just do that on our thing. We got A goes to X. We got B going with Y. So B and Y are in red. And then in green, we have Z going to C. All right, so I'm going to choose to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to map that onto A, B, C. So what would happen if I reflected X, Y, Z over the x-axis? Well, Z is going to go here. Y is going to go here. And then X is going to go here. So that's what happened after I reflected it over the x-axis. Now, what happens if I reflect it over the y-axis? Well, then, oh, I forgot to label it. So this is Z, this is X, and this is Y. Okay, so now I'm going to reflect this new triangle that I just did. I'm going to reflect this guy. I'm going to reflect it over the y-axis. And hopefully, it'll land exactly on ABC. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do this in green. So Z, when it's reflected, goes right on to C. It's a good start for us. X is going to go on to A, and then Y is going to reflect all the way over here onto B. Excellent. So that if we redraw our new triangle, it is right on top of ABC. So that works. That means that ABC is congruent to XYZ. And how did we do that? We did it by a reflection over the x-axis. And that's number one. And then the second thing we did was a reflection over the y-axis. All right, that's it for practice number one. I hope this helped. As always, be safe and be healthy.